out into the public Twitter sphere because it is Thursday, and tomorrow I'm in Short Hills, so it's a little bit more of a laid back day. Let me get a link here. Do we have a link? Catherine, do we have a link? I'm waiting for a link. Once I get a link, I'll get right into it because we have lots of charts to go over. And since it's Christmas time and Hanukkah time and ready to go, I figured why not do a recap. I didn't do anything live today for the public Twitter sphere, but I'm waiting for the link. How are you doing, Catherine? You send it yet? As as I'm talking to my man Steve Grasso out there. I used to be on Fast Money midday with him. We did it all the time. And what's it called? He loves Snap. I don't love it. I just think it's a good trade. So here we go. I'm going to retweet it now. Come watch the recap live. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Okay. All right. So that's the disclosure. Hopefully you already read it. Let's move on to the charts. And here it is. Look at this. The chart of the S&P cash. Wow. Another bull flag breakout. Last time we had a bit of a looser and wider bull flag that held the 8-day. We took out this 3150, 3154, went as high as 3197, and then took that out today to hit 3205. My goodness gracious. How did this happen? Well, technically, if you do remember, over the summer we had this range. Remember this range we were talking about between August and September? Okay, by the way, this is when we were not in portfolio approach. This is when the S&P was below the 21-day moving average. And then finally, we went back to it here when we went back above the 21-day moving average. And wow, what a trend it's been. Anyway, this channel was between like 2,800 and 3,000, actually maybe 2,820, or you can say 2,800 and 3,022. And you flip that over 200 points later and they were at 3205. Not saying that means we're at the top. It just means that that was some type of measured move to figure out, where we can go. So anyway, 3205 is right here. That's what we're above. Two inside narrow range bars. The bears would have liked it to break 3191. It did not. It broke above and it's at 3205. Kind of helps my 20 positions I came in with today. Everyone's like, Redler, what the hell are you doing with 20 positions? I'm like, I don't know. I have a reason for all of them. As long as you have a reason for your positions, doesn't mean you're an uber bull. It just means you're in things that are working. It means you're using a tier system. It means that you don't have a reason to get out. If I have a reason to get out of things, I get out. Like if you look right here, when this big wide range engulfing bar took out this prior low, took out this low, took out the 8-day, that was a reason for me to go from 22 longs down to 5. Okay, here was a bottom tail, so I said, you know what, let's see what we do next. Filled the gap, so that no longer was a bearish pro gap that kept control of the trade. It got filled, so it was nothing. And then even if you said, hey, I want to see what's happening, the 4-day snapback consolidated. This was your time period to put some positions back on for a new breakout trade, and here we are at 3205. I am not in the S&P cash. I have actually a spider hedge right now, which I'm just adding on strength, trading around it, but I am uber long. I am in the IWM. Another nice move. In the public Twitter sphere, I think right around here, I said I'm buying verse 157 for a breakout above 160, and this just broke above 165.28. The measured move of this big channel from 144 to 160, 16 points, that's 174. That's a heck of a decent distance up. Doesn't mean it happens tomorrow, but it means that that should happen over time. That's what the measured move is. So anyway, nice little trade there. I'm also in the OAHs, which I just put on 2 weeks ago. I tweeted out when it was at 12. I'm like, you know what? I think they've been battered and bruised enough. It's a little bit of a January effect play, just a position amongst positions. I bought it once. I guess I bought it right, and I've been just peeling it off, and I have small left. And this is what the OAHs look like. This was right here. I don't love the energy names. I don't trade the energy names, but I figured, hey, back above the 8 and 21 day, why not? Anyway, this is where we are. Probably can get to 200 days, so I'm just sitting in it. In the banks, I did not really take enough out of the JP Morgan trade, but I did put a strategy post earnings saying you should buy it verse 118. It should be the leader. It should take out the 2-year range, and it went to, my goodness, 138. And what could you have seen? Well, a nice channel here, guys. Look at this. You could say, hey, banks do no business. They're utility, blah, 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 blah. But meanwhile, 2 years going sideways. Look at that. First was a breakout, failure, which was like just like a misdirection type trade. Next time got above, stayed above, and then woo. Anyway, for that being said, looks a little tired. I would not be putting new money to work in the banks, but it was a fantastic trade. And after this happened, that's when I came out in the public Twitter sphere and said, hey, I think Bank of America gets above 33. I think it was at 30. And I was long it, and I held it to about 33.5. I'm not in Bank of America right now, but this was also a nice 2-year range. Right here is when we got involved post-earnings. We didn't take the binary risk of earnings. After earnings, I'm like, let's buy it now. At least it's out of the way. And boom, we bought it here. We added to it. And I stayed with it all the way up into about this area. And then I did not catch this last move, which was, pretty nice for some of you guys. At this point, I would reduce a little bit. I did catch Goldman Sachs for like 6 points. I got out of it today, just because I was kind of bored. And I'm like, you know what? I have too many positions. This was a nice little trade above this 224, 225 breakout. Looks like it could touch the 8-day and go again. But I just felt like, I don't know, didn't need to be in it. So I'm not. So that's the banks. As far as the go-to list, okay, on my Redler All Access note, which if you would like to become a member, here is t3live.com/RAA. Try it for a friggin' month. What's the matter with you guys? If you're tuning in right now for my recap, that means you must follow me long enough that you probably should be a member of the Redler All Access community, where I literally do a morning call live every single day at 8 o'clock. Pre-market, putting together the plan for the day. If this, then that. If that, then this, with 14 to 20 updated charts. I think you could make your whole year, every few days if you traded right. But anyway, if you want a free month, well, not a free month, I'm sorry, we're not giving out free months right now. If you want to try it out for a month, that's it right there. So let's go back. Anyway, so that's Goldman. So Apple is kind of unusual for me right now because although the chart looks really decent and it's putting in a nice bull flag here, I'm actually shorted a little bit. So I don't know if you guys remember what happened with the last rebalance. I think it was the MCSI. There was I'm not sure how much for sale, and I really got hit hard with the stock. And it was like the last hour of the day. I waited. In the last 2 minutes, it fell off a bunch. So I'm hearing there's like 13 million for sale. It'll be updated tomorrow at 2:30. We'll see. Maybe that's why it's a little relatively weaker. So they may be pairing it now, and then all of a sudden 2:30 tomorrow there's none for sale, and it rips. I kind of think they'll be for sale, so I think there's a Q trade to maybe be short. Then on the close, I'll flip back long. But that's Apple. Last time we had a big video on Apple was right here. Remember that? That was fantastic. That was post earnings. This tail did not happen. I'm like, if it's any good, it should hold 245. It did. Went home long. Then I was like, the next day you could add above here for a fantastic trade, and then it's been really nice ever since. And now kind of have a little bit of a bull flag here. We'll see what happens. It's a little extended from the 8-day, so it's going sideways. Do I think it can go to 300 next year? Yes. Do I think maybe there's an imbalance, Q trade short tomorrow? Maybe. So that's what I'm focusing on there. I'm not in Microsoft right now. Microsoft, we did hold from here till here. That was a fantastic trade, but now it looks really good again. I missed it at the 8-day. What I say today? I said this was in the morning. By the way, this was the chart that I post every single morning. Microsoft, I update it. I don't own it. So today I'm like, Microsoft hit 154 after another new high Monday. It's still a leader, but entries and exits matter. This is very good to us this year. There's not much to do now. Maybe buy a dip if it sees 153.50, which was the 8-day moving average. And I didn't do it. I actually went only to 153.75 and then reclaimed the prior day's low, and now it looks like it's ready to make new highs again. So Microsoft still looks healthy. I am not in it. What I am in is I'm in Amazon. I'm trying to catch a new trade here. I kind of think that Amazon is going to break above this channel at some particular point. It did do a red dog reversal around 1777, which was the gap here. So it kind of filled it or partially filled it, but held it. So that's this. So I was in it overnight long, and then I bought some, which the virtual trading floor, which is another product that sees my trades live. Yes, I do trade all day live. I'm not just on Fox Business or on CNBC. I do that once a week just to say hi to the world and hopefully bring in some like-minded traders like you to be with me all day long on the radio and in my products. But anyway, this looks kind of interesting, guys. You have a bunch of levels here that I hope will wake this up. Right now, you have a little bit of a bull flag, so let's rework this. So anyway, this did hold. Okay, it did search for some stops in the morning and wound up coming back above. So it was a good add. I do have more than overnight that I had yesterday. And now, can it get above 1815 or 1825 and wake up? Right now, for the first time in a while, it's above the 8 and 21-day moving average, which means I'm going to try and be long. And tomorrow, if there's if it trades intraday, if it opens up up a little bit and trades above 1798, maybe you could even add for a move towards the 1800s. Look, Amazon woke up a bit this week. It reclaimed the 8 and 21-day and hit a high of 1798. I'm long. I'd like to see it hold 17.7. Yesterday's low. I might add today, which I did. So anyway, you could have seen that live. Now, question is, does it take out this area? And wake up, Amazon. Everyone was like, oh, Netflix is dead, Netflix is dead. And then all of a sudden, pow, Netflix woke up. How did it wake up? Well, you know what? It woke up first when it got back above the 8 and 21-day moving average, which was right here. Remember this day? Okay, this was the day it got back above the 8 and 21-day moving average. I drew this wedge in Redler All Access, which is right here. Go for a month, try it out before the new year anyway. And then it cleared 305.771 and boom, 1, 2, 3, 4 up days. Actually, more than 4 up days. So I did something a little risky today at the close. What did Red Dog do? Some guys are like, hey, I'm fading Netflix. Red Dog, your day count, usually you're a buyer. Of day 1, you add day 2, you sell day 3, day 4. You're crying that it's still up. So I'm going to short the close. I'm like, okay, if you're going to short the close with option expiration tomorrow, you know what? So what did I do? I shorted the 335 calls. Okay, I think I got $1.50, and the 340 calls for 70 cents. So although this gap could get filled, I just hope it's not tomorrow. And if it is, and it goes up, what I'll do is I'll just let them convert my stock, and then I'll try and trade out of it from a short. But I didn't short it on this day or this day or this day or this day or here, on the close. So I actually even have some more room higher. So I've done this trade before. I don't love doing it. But if you were thinking about shorting the close because it's up for 5 days, I figured this was a decent way to do it. But we'll see. So what's this high here? This high here is 332.83. And tomorrow, if it gaps up $3, maybe there's a cute short where it goes from, red to green or green to red. Or if it opens down and then I just keep my option money, which would be nice. But either way, I'm a little stressed about it. A little stressed. Little bit. Anyway, I should have shaved today. I had my Christmas party last night, so I'm a little off. So anyway, but again, I think this is a good spot. I did get long Roku. Roku woke up, wasn't fantastic. It did trade above this inside wedge that I spoke about this morning. Came off highs, but I am in a little bit, just a little bit. It's kind of broken. It's below the moving averages, but I still think the Roku story is not done. So I've been waiting for some reason to get in it, and I got in it, and we'll see what happens next. Facebook, I fully missed. Wow. Geez Louise. Who's Louise? I don't know, but if she's in this trade, congratulations to her. Right here, I was in it hoping that it would get above this. I was playing for it, and I got stopped out on this day. Didn't touch it that day, and I haven't touched it since. And now all of a sudden it's above 204.30. Looks like it's going to take 208, and could be in yearly highs. Maybe next week. I don't know. But I'm not in it, and if you're in it, congratulations. Hopefully you're not fighting this trend short. Why wouldn't you? Because this day reclaimed both moving averages and took back more than this candle. Once it got above this, it showed the bears aren't that strong. And now look. I am in Twitter, though. Nice little move, held in today. Went up to the gap, not quite in it, but I'm trying to stay with the trade. I actually sold some strength. I bought a dip. I laughed. I cried. No, I'm kidding. I didn't do either of those. I might have laughed a little bit today, here and there. But I think it looks good. Maybe we get a gap fill trade. I'm going to stay with some. I do think Snap does look good. I was talking to my boy Grasso, who was on Fast Money for a year at lunchtime. And was a great fella up in Westchester. Good friends with my boy Singleton. To me, this looks really good. Nice bull flag above the moving averages, closed on the highs. You had your double top here. Nice little base. They're rolling out a few new products. My friend from BTIG loves it. Thinks that, next year it's going to take out these 18s. we'll see. At this point, I'm just long it. It's one of my positions. It's a new position. I haven't had snap on in a while. I do like the pattern here, and I think, maybe it goes. Earlier in the week in the IPO corner, I did buy Beyond. I didn't like the action today. It wasn't the end of the world, but after 3 days, it took a little rest. It still has a lot of sellers, a lot of tax loss selling, etc., etc. So what did I do just in case it doesn't trade well? I bought the $80 calls for almost $5.75, and I sold the $95 calls for $1.75. So my cost is $4 for February. I do think it could work its way back towards 120. First, it's going to have to get through the 50-day, which is right here. And if it does, it costs you $4. You can make 11. That's, double, right? $8, 4, 11. Yeah, almost. That's a lot of money. So, you could do it by trading, and you could do it by options, kind of like my Tesla trade. Woohoo! I guess it would have been better to have straight calls, but I would have sold them already, and it would have made a lot of money. Instead, I have the call spread. You remember, I tweeted to you guys both times I bought the call spread. I bought the call spread for Tesla, I think right around here. I bought the 380s for 23, and I sold the 410s for 14. It cost me $10, and I can make 20. So if you bought however many you bought, if you bought $50,000 worth, you could make $100,000. That's double. If you bought 10 and you bought 10,000, you could have made 20. Whatever it is, that's the math. I also have been trading the stock. I am not in the stock right now. Stock-wise, it's a little extended for me, but I'm in 2 call spreads that as long as it closes above 410 by January 24th, I think, whatever that third Friday is, I'll make a double on it. No, triple. No. If I'll make 200% on my money there, and almost over 200% on the marches. So, granted, there was so many different ways to do it. Hopefully, you made a lot of money. I think I was the only one the day of the Cybertruck event when everyone was bashing, and I'm like, hey, when has Elon Musk ever been ordinary? Innovators innovate, critics are just critics. And the people bashed me that whole day, that weekend too. I think I went to a basketball tournament, and I swear to God, I saw 10 trucks. I told my son about the story about the Cybertruck, and he was making fun of me. And my wife was like, "Oh, it's so ugly. What's the matter with you?" Like how I'm like, okay, you guys got to beat up on me too. And literally, I parked at the basketball event. I don't know if you remember the video, and literally there were 2 pickup trucks on either side of me, the Ford and the GM, and they were massive. And I swear to God, I felt as if they were playing tricks on me. But meanwhile, all of a sudden, the what's it called? The invitations are up, and 200,000 pre-orders. I'm getting a Tesla pickup truck myself. My friend Steve, if you're watching this, he friggin' killed it on the trade, besides everyone else in the VTF. So I have a feeling a lot of people killed it on the trade, and they might be just buying some of the Cybertrucks just to because they feel so good about it. Well, anyway, at this point, I would be trimming. I wouldn't be buying. But it could go straight to 420, maybe. Maybe tomorrow, if it's up, you could get a cute short, but I haven't done that, and it's now above this whole zone. So maybe if you miss this trade, all of a sudden it pulls back to the zone. Where to get to is higher today. Oh my God, 406. Went to 406. Nice move. Anyway, 406 today. So let's put that in there. 389 was the all-time high, not 387. So if it could, maybe peak out tomorrow and pull back towards 400 or 390, you could buy it back. It's extended from the moving averages, so hopefully you sold some instead of went out super duper long. And both my spreads I have to sit in so they can be maxed out. As far as Uber, I am long it. Listen, from what I'm hearing, and again, I don't play this really well. First of all, I like the chart. Nice bull flag. I bought it. If it clears this triangle, that there's 33 million shares to buy on the rebalance. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't play rebalance as well. I play charts. I use a tier system. But my friends are telling me tomorrow you can get a cute move in Uber to the upside in the last 2 hours. If they don't make deals to friggin' buy the insider stocks, which those bastards shouldn't make deals. Let the friggin' stock go. So anyway, I'm long some. I'm long some stock, and I'm also long some cute $30 calls for tomorrow just in case it wants to go. If it doesn't go, it's like playing at the casino, playing, options the day of an expiration. But if it actually goes, I bought them for 22 cents and 28 cents. So if it goes to 31 tomorrow, that's a nice move in those options besides the stock. We'll see. I'm also in LK. Pain in the ass, this friggin' stock, excuse my French. Still can't get above this spot, but still trending well above the 8-day. I'm long it. Looks like it's trading after hours. Where is it? Closed at 32.27. All right, whatever. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. I'm still in it, but I've been in it since in here. Maybe one day it'll go and keep going. I'm long a lot of stocks, actually. I'm still long CGC. I like the Red Dog reversal today. Hopefully it winds up being the low into the end of the year. That'd be great. Still in that SNDL, which perked up really well today. Had some news. We start buying in here. Maybe in the end of the year, it takes this out. I think it goes to 350. I'm still in this MBIO, which is kind of waking up. I'm accumulating a position here because I do think it takes this out with some kind of really good news into the January 12th JP Morgan conference. Same thing with this little one, FBIO, looking good above that spot. This is the hot sector, but I'm just, if you see my screenshot, I'm in a lot of positions. Anyway, it's a time of year to do it. And if all of a sudden these things start not working, I'm going to get out and I'm going to get a little bit more flexible. But right now the market's trending and you're making more money by holding and using a tier system. Every now and then I take some things off. Like today I took off CRWD. I was in it. Yeah, it still looks fine. I probably should have stayed in it, but I was hoping it would take out 50 and go longer, but I'm out of that for now. What else am I in? I bought Ameren calls, into support, thinking, hey, they were able to sell the FDA approval, so I'll buy some here for February just in case. That looks decent. And that's it. I got to get going. I'm going to the Maryland Seton Hall game tonight with my friends and son and looking to have a good time, and hopefully you're having a good time and doing well in the markets. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. And if you want, there it is. If you want my 2020 report, there that is. And if you're not doing well, you better make a change because the market's doing fantastic. So many stocks are in play and there's lots of action. Good night, guys.